Hello, everybody. I'm going to read from Everything Happens for a Reason. Last week we talked about thinking big. We are we have two we have two small ideas and ideals of what talents are or which talents are most important. If I tell you that someone's very talented, what's the first thought comes into your head? Probably something artistic. Singing, painting, writing, dancing. Maybe you think of something athletic. Maybe you think of a math or handicraft. Also, let's talk about what does the word talent mean anyway? It means that in some miraculous way, you just know things without having to learn them. If you do learn, you learn much faster than other people and get much further. Why can't a person have a talent in this sense for any aspect of life you can imagine? All right, we know the definition of talent. Now, this week we're going to talk about seeing your specialness, how special you are. Okay, how can other people make their own version of the journey Monica, Josie, Doug made? The first step of this journey happened when they saw that the reason they went through some challenging event in their lives was to help them discover a hidden talent. The next step was seeing what that talent is. And the final step was using that knowledge to make their lives better. Here's how you can make this journey yourself. First, answer the diagnostic questions. You're probably done that. So you probably already know whether the meaning of what happened to you was to help you find a buried talent. But what what is that talent? You might just see what your talent is, the way Doug did. After all, when I talk to people, they didn't say the reason they suffered a tough break was to discover a talent. Hmm. They said, I just realized how good I was at blank. But they never saw it as a result of merely sitting at home, stewing in their own juices. They saw it as a result of throwing themselves into a new life that appeared to them after the tough break. It was in the new things they did in that new life that they saw their hidden talent. If you see it, then understand what a big deal it is. It's not just a mint on your pillow, it's the meaning of what happened to you. Yeah. But if you haven't seen it yet, here's the next step. I've talked about this undiscovered talents as buried treasure. But the truth is that treasures like this never completely buried. Some glimpse of it has already been revealed to you. It's not really a problem of discovering a hidden talent. It's more of a problem of realizing what it is that you've already discovered. To do that, you have to bring it to your own awareness. One technique is you've always suspected there was something special about you. So say what it is, whatever comes into your head. Don't look for just one thing. Look for a minimum of 10 things. Write down the longest list you can think of. That way you're bound to hit on something that's a really a buried treasure. Here's another technique. We've all had moments in our lives when we've shown shine. It was a shining moment for you when you did something special or in a special way. when you were wonderful, if only for a moment. Maybe no one saw it, but you felt the kind of shining inside. Each of these ways you've shown in a way you're special. For example, maybe if you notice that when your friends have problems, they come to you, you're often able to amazingly helpful. You wouldn't want to brag, but to be honest, you know that these are moments when you shine. That's a marker of a way you're special. Or maybe you have one of those kits at home with 50 different color felt tip markers and you excuse me, ah, crazy pictures with them. Excuse me, ooh, went on the wrong part. Who knows if it's good? Mm. Ooh, excuse me, went on the wrong part. Who knows if it's good art? But it feels wonderful to do it, and it's wonderful to look at what you've done. You know, you feel like you're shining with these. So, woo, gotta end that. Hold on. Ooh, got the sneezes, allergies. Who knows if it's good art? But it feels wonderful to do it. It's wonderful to look at what you've done. You know, you feel like you're shining with these. So, you know, that's a way you're special. Or maybe you look back and realize that over and over you've walked into messy situations that have overwhelmed other people. And somehow you've been able to quickly organize them. A messy checkbook, a messy kitchen, a messy business, whatever the mess is in your case, your memory of having shown has to do with transforming these messes into order. This is the way you're special. Be clear about one thing. Sensing the ways you're special has nothing to do with winning praise or approval from anyone else. You know how you're special. You're the judge of this. Maybe you've written a lot of poems and no one's ever wanted to publish them. But instead of thinking they're crap, you keep looking at them and they make you happy because they shine with something special that comes from you. Then you should believe and trust that there are people out there who will recognize your talent. You also need to look carefully at the bad things that happen to you to see if how somehow that directly revealed a talent. You might not have believed in otherwise. Take Linda. In her mid 30s, she started finding that she was tired all the time, dragging herself through her days and always needing a nap. Even when she ate healthfully, had plenty of sleep, she was exhausted. She made the rounds of the doctors, whose first said it was all in her head. Eventually, Linda was diagnosed with a medical condition that was uncommon, but still affected a lot of people. Linda responded to all of this in a special way. Rather than just being another victim of a medical system, Linda did a ton of research online in a medical libraries and then went still further by starting support groups and even a website that served as a switchboard of information for other people with this problem. Physically, Linda is still not 100%, and things were very bad for a long time. But in her direct response to her illness, Linda uncovered capabilities that gave her a new life. Now, the third step. If you've been fortunate enough to discover that the meaning of what happened to you is that you have something far more to offer than you ever imagined. You have to offer. Bring it out of yourself into the world. This isn't easy. It takes trial and error. You might find obstacles to discover how artistic talent can best be expressed. For example, just remember that certainty you felt inside about how you were special. That's real. You have to let it see the light by doing something with it. And don't give up until you do it. Remember, you have to let it see the light by doing something with it. And don't give up until you do it. Have a blessing, guys. Peace. Remember to smile. And also, thank you for being you.